nullified. Sagan leads out Cavendish. On his wheel is Jasper Philipsen. Pogacar wants to get involved in the sprint. Cavendish looks around. Sagan is done. 200 metres to go. The Max missile now is about to fire. On his wheel is Jasper Philipsen. Two riders shoulder to shoulder. Right hand side though. It's going to be a win for Jasper Philipsen. The green jersey. Good to see Dario Valletta in here. Junior development team rider from the Jumbo-Visma squad. Only 19 years of age. Twice third in the National Championship under-23 race of his country. But now we get an attack, and it comes from Sepp Kuss, the winner of La Vuelta, with Tadej Pogacar and Giulio Ciccone on the back. Well, it's going to be a hard effort of 10.6 kilometres if this trio is going to stay away. So often in the Tour de France this season, Sepp Kuss was there to ride against Tadej Pogacar. Here now they're combined in a trio trying to stay away. Kuss had a magnificent season, 12th in the Tour de France this year. Remember, he was 5th on stage 14 of this year's Tour de France into Morzine. And he's a stage winner in the Tour de France in his own right. That's the rider in the yellow colours. He won stage into Andorra in 2021, which, although he is from the United States of America, is probably considered his hometown now while he's a professional rider in Europe. Ciccone on the front. There's some magnificent shots of him winning the King of the Mountains in the Tour de France this year, going across the top of the final class. 9.3 kilometres to go. Sepp Kuss, Tadej Pogacar, Giulio Ciccone on the front. Three riders combining to try and stay away. 3 laps of racing to go for this illustrious trio, but it looks like Alpes and de Koenig want to bring it all back together. All of the Alpes and de Koenig team now on the front. Well, I hope you've enjoyed a little bit of a reflection on the Tour de France today as we get a chance to see these stars making their way around the course. Tadej Pogacar, such a prolific winner in the Tour already, second this year to Jonas Vingegaard, winner into the Markstein on stage 20 and into Courtrai on stage 6. 11 stages in 4 editions for Tadej Pogacar so far in the Tour, and twice the winner at 25 years of age. What a record that is, absolutely inspirational. These 3 riders, 5 seconds is now their advantage. That's the style of Sepp Kuss as he makes his way through to the front. It's interesting how Kuss won La Vuelta. There were so many testing moments in that race, you could see. But ultimately the Jumbo-Visma team were brought together and decided that Sepp Kuss was going to be their defended rider, but it took quite a few stages for that to happen. He was certainly the strongest rider in the race. Here's one of the tail-enders riding for Singapore and just enjoying the way that the crowd is cheering him on around this course. There's some riders in this peloton who have been having their off-season break, and they're finding out exactly what it's like to get on the bike at a very, very high tempo and have to race. I'm sure some of them will be saying they didn't enjoy this very much when we get to the end of this next 7 kilometres. Giulio Ciccone, he's not had much chance to be on his bike over the last, certainly the last couple of weeks, because his schedule. Thanks very much for joining us for the Tour de France Prudential Singapore Criterium. We're into the business end of this race now. 6.5 kilometres of racing to go, with a little teasing breakaway of 3 riders. In the yellow, Sepp Kuss of Jumbo-Visma. In the white, Tadej Pogacar is the best young rider of the Tour de France. And on the back of that trio, the King of the Mountains, Giulio Ciccone, the Italian rider, looking good as we come up to complete another lap of racing. We're getting very close to the bell. Alpes and de Koenig leading Jasper Philipsen towards the front. 2 laps of racing to go. Alpes and de Koenig leading this peloton through. The team of riders, Dries de Bont, Jonas Rijkaard and Gianni Vermeers. Vermeers is the gravel world champion in 2022, trying to lead out Jasper Philipsen. 6 stage wins in the Tour de France already in his career. This year he won into Bayonne, into Nogaro, into Bordeaux, into Moulins, and was second on the Champs-Élysées. It looks like Alpecin-de-Koning might just claw this back to try and set Philipsen up. On his wheel is Cavendish. Cavendish, who crashed out of the Tour de France this year. It thought that that was the end of a career which had netted 34 victories, equal on terms with the great Eddy Merckx. But Cavendish is coming back for one more attempt at the Tour de France before he retires. Ciccone turns up the tempo a little bit more. Sepp Kuss goes through, concentrating on trying to keep that frontal area as low as he possibly can. Doesn't look like this group of riders is giving up. Pogacar looks around to see the blue-clad train of Alpecin-de-Koning. Looks like Ineos Grenadiers are also up there looking for this victory. Who's going to win the second edition of this Tour de France Criterium here in Singapore? Kuss looks around. It is coming back. Pogacar has another little glance. Is there one more attack in the legs of the double Tour de France winner? They make their way around that turn, which is so hard, and Pogacar ignites the tempo out of that corner to try and make life difficult. A big attack by Pogacar now as he goes clear. Sepp Kuss can't go with the attack of Pogacar. Ciccone also. This is a big move by Tornado Taddy. He goes clear now for the team of UAE. Fantastic attack by Pogacar. 1 kilometre to go now to complete the penultimate lap of racing, and now he needs to go into gritted teeth style. Throws the bike into that left-hand turn. Has Pogacar stolen the march on the rest of these riders? It looked like he was going to be absorbed by the peloton, but it's not to be at the moment. He's looking now to see where the line is for the bell this time. Well, we've enjoyed seeing how the invited teams of Singapore, Terengganu and Thai Continental Team and LX have done today. We're coming up to the bell. 1 lap of racing to go as this rider, who is such an inspiration in the Tour de France, is going to turn this corner and he's going to get set to take the bell. Tadej Pogacar, twice winner of the Tour de France, into that familiar tuck, is going to come up to a huge reception. He gets the bell. He's being hunted down by Chris Froome, a 4 times winner of the Tour de France. 1 lap to go for Pogacar. 4 seconds is now the gap. The legends want to bring this back for a sprint for Mark Cavendish, or for Pete Sagan. But Pogacar is kicking his way around all of these turns. In the white jersey, looks around to see whether there is any form of a defence that is being launched by the peloton. There's the shot from this magnificent fountain of wealth. Philipsen is looking around, checking to see where everybody is. Only 2.5 kilometres of racing to go in this Tour de France Prudential Singapore Criterium. Cavendish is right on the wheel of Philipsen. Pogacar opens up the gas yet again as he makes his way up towards the top of the circuit. Alpecin-de-Koning are throwing everything at this right now. Pogacar, can he hold on to the finish line? 3 seconds, it's only a tiny advantage. He hasn't got the mitts on today. He has taken them off. He's chosen to have gloveless hands. Still, the gap is being maintained. 1,900 metres to go. They're having to work hard to bring him back. Sagan is up towards the front, so is Cavendish. The green jersey is there. Pogacar out the saddle on just a little bit of a rise here. Pogacar, 11 stage wins in the Tour, 3 wins in Il Lombardia. He won the 2023 Lombardia. Winner Tirreno Adriatico, winner Liège-Bastogne-Liège, winner Ronde van Vlaanderen, winner Flèche Wallonne, winner of the Amstel Gold. What a rider he is. Over the Esplanade Bridge. It is tantalisingly close. Pogacar kicks again with that familiar style. Who else is up towards the front? Josh Tarling is getting ready to bring Leo Hayter forward. Tarling, the European champion time trialist, he's up towards the front. Sagan moves up. On his wheel is Mark Cavendish for the team of the Tour de France Criterium legends. There's a little bit of a train going on then. Cavendish, on his wheel is Jasper Philipsen. 1,000 metres to go in this Tour de France Prudential Singapore Criterium, and Pogacar is still hanging off the front. He looks around. He's going to make his way around these final twists and turns. Is the white jersey of the Tour de France, who's worn this jersey for 75 days in the biggest bike race in the world, going to just hang on. Sagan is trying to fight this one back to bring Mark Cavendish into position, and absolutely rails it around that corner. Sagan has put Cavendish in a perfect position right now. Pogacar, though, is still hanging on. Is Tadej Pogacar going to win this Criterium? Now the sprinters start to fire. Sagan is hunting him down. They're not far from the finish line now, and the attack is nullified. Sagan leads out Cavendish. On his wheel is Jasper Philipsen. Pogacar wants to get involved in the sprint. Cavendish looks around. Sagan is done. 200 metres to go. The Max missile now is about to fire. On his wheel is Jasper Philipsen. Two riders shoulder to shoulder. Right hand side though, it's going to be a win for Jasper Philipsen. The green jersey takes it from Cavendish, from Pogacar. What a sprint that was. Jasper Philipsen wins the Tour de France Prudential Singapore Criterium ahead of the Max missile. Well, the Alpecin-Deceuninck team did everything right to bring him back. He's on his green bike as the winner of the green jersey in the Tour. Pogacar hung on to get a top place as well, but Philipsen delivers for the Alpecin-Deceuninck team here in Singapore to end the season.